Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I just think it's something for me, black and white and color. I've always told people it's like a editing struggle, I guess, like because I'm always debating whether it's like, do I like this image in black and white or color, and like I
Hmm.
go back and forth, and of course, as we'll break it down here, like different subject matter or different lighting or anything, or how you edit the image makes the world of a difference. But like for you, Henry, like, do you have a preference? Would you say for color black and white, or is it more specific for you?
So I would say definitely color. Um, Over the past like year, I've really just almost exclusively shot color. Um, I I just feel like it suits the way I shoot better and the subjects I shoot. Um, I used to be kind of the midday shooter, like the lazy shooter, and I would do the black and white just to compensate for the like the harsh lighting. But nowadays, I kind of go out in the lighting I want to shoot in, and for that lighting, I just find that color works better for that.
Yeah, it's interesting how you notice you picked up on that like shift in, I guess your perspective in a way where you're like, yeah, I used to be the midday light shooter, like a lot of people, and I could certainly attest to that too, in my experience. But yeah, it's neat how you notice I guess almost like the different application of it, and like you prefer the color and the other,
Hmm.
maybe like the other times of the day too. So good on you for picking up on that.
Hmm. Now, I will say for portraits, I do like a decent amount of portrait work, outdoor portraits and stuff for various clients, and I'll generally send them a black and white and color of the same photo, and they really like the black and whites. So I think for human subjects and kind of more natural, like if I'm walking around the city, like on a trip or something, just kind of walking around and getting some shots of buildings. I'll pretty frequently put that in black and white because I just feel like it's a more casual thing for me, and I like it. Kind of differentiates it from my other work.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a really good point because yeah, especially with like out in nature, like a lot of things, not all year, but like a lot, majority of the year, we'll say, like there's lots of these beautiful, vibrant, colorful things, and like not that people aren't vibrant and colorful, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
maybe just find like to your eye, like it's more attuned that people portraits or something needs to be more black and white. So why do you think that is? Maybe.
Um, I feel like just the way I see nature. I mean, one of the main draws for me loving nature is the colors that everything has, and I think that almost the color sometimes is even more important than the subject. With the light, how it interacts with the subject, and how everything comes together. But I feel like with like buildings and people, the details are more important. So like in buildings, it's like the lines of the building and like the windows, and then with humans, of course, it's like the their skin, the wrinkles, all that stuff. You look for in a portrait. So it's just I feel like it kind of lends itself better for those subjects.
Yeah, that's really good points. Yeah, you kind of you seek out color in nature, but then, yeah, I mean, I couldn't say it better myself. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Well, thank you,
You
thank
left
you.
me speechless with with your meaning there.
Uh huh.
But it like makes sense. Yeah, it definitely does. Where it's like, yeah, you seek out the details in like a
Hmm.
person almost, in like yeah, or non nature
Hmm.
subjects, I guess. But
And
yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, and I really, even though like I really enjoy shooting color for nature, I struggle a lot with it still to this day. I think probably the number one thing, like if I export an image and if I go back and re-edit it, I'd say the number one thing or reason that I go back and re-edit it is a color issue. Probably 90% of the time, like either I have the white balance wrong or I've oversaturated some colors because I want to have like a consistent portfolio. I don't want to have one really saturated image and then the rest are kind of uh, a lighter color palette. I want to make sure everything's consistent and I want to make sure the white balance is like realistic for the image.